here we go. Yoga Flame. Obviously you can see I installed my IL buttons all the way around there. And you can see we do not have coin door lights. And obviously you all know what it looks like, but it's a pretty sweet cab. Welcome back to Steps Gaming. We have a good one here today. We got the Yoga Flame, and we saw that I installed the IL buttons already. We got all that done. I went ahead and installed them on the other side, but there's still some work to be done. We need to replace the sticks with some Happ sticks. I have those today. I have some black IL Eurosticks. I guess I should say IL Eurostick, because that's what it is. Happ, IL Eurostick, pretty much the same thing. Have two of those, so I'm going to put that inside the existing deck. Just going to use the existing deck, go straight forward and do that. And then we're going to put some coin door lights on here from Retro530. Got some coin door lights. I wanted to try them, so I did buy one set for the Marvel Capcom 2 cabinet as well. But we're going to put them inside the Yoga Flame today. And after that, hopefully I'm done with the mods. I did get it streaming last night. I have HDMI now for my Yoga Flame cab, so I think we're about done with the things I want to do to the cab. I do want to fix the bezel, actually. So if anybody knows somebody that could give me a proper bezel, let me know. Who's the best in the bezel game? Who you think has the new Capcom Legacy bezels? Because from what I understand, both the bezels are messed up, and I don't like the unevenness of the left side. It's missing dull seam. It doesn't match up. You can tell just looking at it right now. I'm not down with it. We need to fix it. So I think that'll be the last mod I do, is the bezel. But I'm looking forward to this one. This one will be big. So let's get to it. Okay, so I forgot this order of business. We got to go over the tools we need, right? So we need a rotary tool to cut the IL Eurostick, because it's not going to fit inside the deck as is. We're going to have to cut off a little piece of the plastic to make this fit. So you need a rotary tool. That is the best way to do this. That was the information I got from Welcome to Die, of all people. As well as, I think, KAG, Killer Arcade Games, did it as well. And I think he linked wood screws, or mentioned the wood screws type that I would need, and I searched for them and found these on Amazon. So I got wood screws to secure the IL stick into the deck, and then I got the proper cables to connect the IL stick to the encoder board so that the stick works. I'm going to link all this stuff in the description as well. I also am going to need a screwdriver, which I have. This one's too small, but it's right by me. You know, you need a screwdriver. Okay, so you can see I took the deck off here. You can see where I have all the Happ, well, IL buttons in this case, installed. And then here's the stock sticks. These are not connected by any sort of disconnecting wire. They're like soldered. You can tell they're soldered on there. So there's about 3 screws here, 3 screws on the other side. There's going to be glue. You might have to use a hairdryer to get this off. So I'm going to take these off, take the screws off. The connectors, you could tell, are not the blue and white, because that's what I've used so far on the buttons. But there's one for up, down, and one for left, right. And that's the same case on each side. Again, the 3 screws, and then the glue. So I'm going to remove all the screws. I'm going to see how easy they come off. I might need to use a hairdryer. So that would be step 1. And the hairdryers will melt the glue. Okay, just FYI, this would not have come off without the hairdryer. Look at that glue. There's glue right there. This didn't do too bad. Like, honestly, a lot of times I take stuff off, it like ruins it pulls off all that black coating, so this is pretty good. Got it off. What should I do with this thing now? What should I do with it? Trash? Recycle? Give it to somebody? What should I do? I'm surprised. This is actually soldered pretty good because I've taken these before and they just break off. Like, no business. Nobody's business, just breaks off. Okay, so the next thing I gotta do is take this stick off, which I think this is held down by like one of those little metal like cylinder circles here. And if I pull this out with like a little screwdriver, this all should pop out, which I need to do to get this installed, so I'm gonna try it. We'll see. I gotta be careful because I know when I've done this with Eurosticks, I've had this ring go all the way across the room and then you're hunting for it, and that's just not good. The good news is I cleaned all the carpets today and I cleaned up the floor, so it wouldn't be too hard to find, I guess, but it's just extra work. So I'm trying to hold it here as I get it off. It's hard to show you, but you can see where I'm pulling that ring, hopefully. See those little holes there? Yeah. I think I got it. Gotta be careful, I don't want it to break. I don't know how. There we go, it's out. Alright. So, this pulls right out. See? Then we got... So the reason I did that is because I'm going to have to see how we're going to make this work, right? Because look, you can tell it's too big. Like, the hole's not going to line up. See, it doesn't quite line up. It's like way off. I'll have to see if I could show you there. It's close, but it's not quite going to work. So what I need to do is move it a little bit over. So if you look at it, I can leave a little bit of that other screw hole down underneath those red buttons over closer to the headphone jack. I think. Let's see, my thumb's over there. Like that hole, I can leave that and I can cut around so that I can fit it closer to where those buttons are. And then I can screw it in that hole up here. And then I can screw it in that second hole down at the bottom. So that's what I'm going to try to do. I got my rotary tool, got obviously a disc on there, there's done, and what I did is I marked this a little bit in my head, actually, so I could cut it. And so I'm going to go ahead and cut to the other side and leave that last screw. You see, I'm going to leave the last screw hole, but I'm going to cut about that all the way down to the end so that it fits around those buttons on the deck. Okay, so you can see I cut it. Not the best cut in the world, but you know, for my first try using the rotary tool, and hopefully this will fit. And if it does, I'm gonna consider it a victory. Also, don't worry about this. This is a $15 stick. They're not that expensive, so you don't have to like freak out or worry too much. Just cut the thing, hopefully it fits, and we could have some good games. Okay, so I wanted to show something here real quick. You can see I got this wood screw in here, and what I did first was I kind of... Let me see if I can take this out real quick. I tried to match up this hole so that it was... Let's see, where is it? Right here. So as close to the middle as possible. And you gotta be careful because, like, even with that looking pretty centered, like, I put this in here, right? And if you look at this, where this covers, you know, it seems a little low, right? But I think this is going to be its best placement. And the way I found this is by making one of these first and then kind of maneuvering it till I found the way I liked it. And the way I made sure that it looked kind of centered, besides just that look in the hole, was I put this on so I could see where it was going to rest. Now granted, it's not perfect. I don't think it's going to be perfect. You got to understand this wasn't really designed for the stick. Also, you know, you're human. So the trick is to making it look as good as possible, but also making it usable. And so the other thing to keep in mind is when you put, and I still have some holes to go in the back, and more to explain there, but the trick is, like, when I put this back in, you gotta make sure you have that white plastic piece too. Whoops, see, I just dropped it and I found it earlier, and I was like, I'm missing something, right? So I gotta find it. I got a lot of stuff on this desk. Sorry about that. Anyway, so I put it back on. I'm gonna put it back in there. And then now I gotta find that little piece that holds the stick in. Oh, that'll be fun. I thought I had it right up here, but now I need to find that. So I'm gonna find that and put that back on. But the other thing I've been doing, I should let you know, is I've been taking this drill and I've been drilling a little bit into the hole where I'm gonna put the wood screw, because the wood screw doesn't go in that well with just a screwdriver. So I just get a little bit started. I don't go too deep. I just twist it for a few, like just a couple twists, and then I pull it out, and then I can put that wood screw right in. So something to keep in mind when you're doing this. I'm trying to be as thorough as possible, because I've looked at the videos and nothing's 100%. I'm learning some of the things on my own as I go. So I'm trying to make sure that people see what I'm working with. But these particular wood screws, I didn't feel the bottom was sharp enough for me to go through the wood, or maybe it's just that black coating. You can see it's just, if you start it with a drill, it's so much easier, no problem. Okay, just don't go too far with the drill. You don't really need to go anywhere near far. Just get it started. That's it. Okay, so you can see I got screw there, screw there, screw there. I'm not even gonna mess with that. I don't need to. I really don't. It's not moving anywhere. So now what I'm gonna do is put the wires on, and I have to go to the encoder board, and it looks like, let's see, where did I pull the wires for the other stick? I pulled the wires for the other stick down here. So I'm gonna have to pull these up, I think, because what's gonna happen is I'm gonna have to use these connectors, and like 2 of those will equal 1 of those, and then I'm gonna have to cut off those ears so they fit together. But I don't think I'm gonna need the box, so I'm gonna pull the boxes out and the pins should still stick up, and then I'm gonna have to hook each one of these micro switches up one at a time and see if it's going the right direction, right? And then I'll have to figure out what's what by trial and error, and I will eventually get all these connected. So that'll be fun. Okay, so this is the encoder board. I actually removed it from the bracket there. You can see there's no screw holes here, which upsets me, but the middle there appears to be a rod there, but it doesn't. I don't know. I really wish they would put screw holes on the other side. But anyway, I unscrewed it because I need more leverage to get that square rectangle piece off. I kind of tried to leverage it and just get the little, you can't, this is too big, but I tried to just try to lip it and pull it up, because it needs to come off, like I said, so that I could put 2 of those connectors together, and I'll have to cut the ears off too with a little razor blade, and they should fit, and I should be able to use Happ sticks then. So I just want to show you what I was doing. Some people, they'll solder the wires on. I actually bought these from Amazon, and I'll link it in the description as well, so that I don't have to do any soldering. But maybe soldering would be just about the same amount of effort, so something to keep in mind. Okay, so I only have one direction hooked up right now. I'm trying to figure out which one it is, and I'm gonna turn it on and see what direction I can go. Can I go right? No. Can I go left? No. Can I go up? No. Can I go down? Yes. There's gonna be no more down, no more up. None of that works. So we're going down right now. So now I gotta figure out what to do with the next connection. Okay, so since I connected that one's down. I'm gonna guess that this one here is up, and these are left and right. I'm not 100. I'm just taking a logical guess. I could be totally wrong. And then I had to get the longer cable, which I have some. So this is a 17-inch cable. You need these. You need 12-inch and 17-inch. Anyway, I will say that getting these from Do-It-Yourself Retro is the best, because they sell 17 and 12. And I'll link those actually rather than Amazon. But look at there. I got that in. I got that in. Maybe I'm going the wrong direction on these. I don't know if that matters, but it may not. But yeah, now they're both the same. So I'm assuming, well, this should be up, down, and this should be left, right. And I'm gonna, like I said, I had to guess here. So we're gonna try it and see if it works. Okay, let's see if we can go up and down. Down, up, down, up. I was right. Down and up. Sweet! I think we're gonna be home free on this. Okay, you can see I had to unzip tie this because I had to get a longer cable. And then I took a shorter cable and used it for one of the buttons. I'll reorganize that. I know it looks like crap right now. And then, I tested left, and that worked, so I put the other one in. They're opposite of what I thought, left and right, I think. So, but I'm thinking this will work, just the way it is. I'm gonna plug it in and see if we're good now. And then if it is, then I'll reorganize this, and then I'll have to prepare to do side 2. Okay, long story short, my original thoughts were correct. I need to swap these places, and then I should be good on this Happ stick install. Not bad. Went really well, I think. That one. Okay, so go down there. Hopefully. Boom. Then we'll do the next one. No. Let's see. Missed it. Kind of hard when you're holding the camera. I don't even know why I'm doing this on camera, but we're already there, right? There. Yeah. There we go. Let's test it. All right, moment of truth. Correct, correct. Now can I go back to Super Turbo? Oh yeah, oh yeah. Go up, down, up, down, up, down. Happ stick, success, up. Sweet. Okay, player 1 done, player 2 is now done. I tested it, it is working. All the directions are working. Everything is good. And you can see here, I had to take those little boxes out so they're separated, but they work, they're plugged in. So same thing over there. And that was Bobby Vu that suggested that in his video. So I took that idea and took the these little brackets out, or whatever they're called. And that works pretty good. So now what I gotta do is, see how this is cable managed from the buttons. I gotta redo this one, because remember I had to take a longer cord out of this for this stick over here. And so I'm gonna redo this, zip tie it, and zip tie the sticks, the cables for the sticks. And then once that's done, I'm gonna put the plastic tray back on and then secure it in the cabinet permanently. Well, you know, for the most part, permanently. I don't have any more mods to do to the deck. So that's awesome. Oh, let me show you this. I'll show you again when I put it on, but look, that's centered. That's like dead on centered. Perfect. This one's a little bit off, but it's pretty good. For my first try, that's pretty good. This is really exceptional. So I definitely know what I'm doing now. That's awesome. Okay, so not the most perfect job in the world, but a lot more organized. I wanted to make sure all the wires are out of the way of the sticks. I don't think this is going I don't think it's gonna go that low. I could essentially move like a little zip tie along one and try to hold it back. I might do that. But other than that, I'm gonna put the lid back on and put it back into place. So this one is interesting. You see the edge of that right there? And so if I try to line up these screw holes, like right there, what'll happen is this hits that. So I could try to push against it, but I don't think that's going to be a good idea. So what I'm going to do is just scratch this whole plastic tray and just put it back in. And I think we'll be fine. I don't necessarily need the plastic tray. I mean, it should be okay. Check it out. We got 2 IL Eurosticks. I don't think it moves on this side, but that's fine. I did test both of them. They both are working. They look fantastic. Look at that. All IL sticks, IL buttons. Pretty awesome. Now it's time to get to those coin door lights, installing them from Retro530, the place to get your coin door lights. They're pretty easy, they're inexpensive, and it's a good way to go. They also sent me not only a keychain here, but a sticker. So that's pretty cool. I'll have to put that on my computer case. I put a whole bunch of stickers. Retro530. I'll put a link in the description. I think this is an independent business owner. He probably needs all the love and support he can get, and he's got good products. So I'm going to go ahead and install those. We can check them out. And then again, link in the description down below. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is measure these where the lights are going to go for the coin door lights, because we're about to install the coin door lights from Retro530. And so we need to know the width, which is about 7.5. Really, it's a little bit, maybe a little bit less than 7.5, because there's 7.5. I would say just a little bit less than 7.5, right? But if I go over this way, I know this because I already looked at it. We want to go to the lip, right? We're obviously about 8 almost. A little bit less than 8. Just like slightly under 8 from there. And the height is... We're at... Well, we're trying to get the bottom here. Of course, we're going to be a little bit off of that. We're talking about 15. So 15 and just under 7.5 and 15 and just under 8. So what I'm going to do is mark that stuff with a pencil. Alright? Okay, so I'm going to drill these 2 marks right here. Now what I did is, this is, if I go 15 inches, that's too tall. I found out, because this goes further down here. So you have to take this off the riser and measure the gap is what you got to do. So those are at 12. Yeah, 12. Let's see, 12 3/4, right? 12 3/4 inches. And then this here is a little bit less than 8 inches, and that there is, and that there is a little bit less than 7.5 inches is what we got. You'll see down here there's a gap. You have to take this off and measure this gap. Let me do that so I can show you. So you'll see there between the floor and the top of that wood is about 2 1/4. So you have to subtract that 2 1/4 from the 15. What is that, 13 and... No. It's 12 3/4. 12 3/4. So that's what it should be. Okay, so there's the lights, and then there's the USB. And so what we're gonna do is this. We're gonna plug the USB into the bottom of the PCB here. There's a USB that should give it power. And then down here, you'll see these are gonna light up, right? And what we're gonna do is put one in that hole right there, and we'll put the other one in that hole, right? And then we'll come around the front. Now, check that out. We got coin door lights. I got coin door lights on my Yoga Flame. I got Happ sticks, well, IL Eurosticks, IL buttons. I'll try to get a best view as I can. It's kind of hard because my desk is right here. Boom. Looks great. Retro530, very affordable, around 20 bucks, maybe a little bit more, 21 something maybe. Very easy. All you need is a 3/8 drill bit to drill through that. Just 3/8. Pretty cool. Look at this, look at this. Nice marquee. We got IL Eurosticks, IL convex buttons with cherry micro switches, including the player 1 buttons and the live button. And now we have coin door lights. Now what mods are left, right? I'd almost say this was done. I would say this, I was happy with this, except one thing. I think right here. Now I could either print out a picture of Dulcine and tape it on there, or I could get a bezel made. But the problem is if I get a bezel made, I'd want it reverse printed so I don't have it on the outside. I want it to look just as clean. So that's kind of hard. And I definitely want this side to even with this side. I don't like this unevenness. It drives me nuts. And then I would love to get a strip of concrete to just put here and just not have that logo there. I know that sounds bad because like, it is an Arcade1Up. You kind of want to advertise, but like I would like it just plain. It's got Arcade1Up here, so I shouldn't feel so bad, right? Right? Okay. I noticed on Marvel Capcom 2 they put it on the monitor, and then down here they have nothing. At least that's what the ad looks like. When the final product, who knows? You know, they might send it to you, might say Arcade1Up there. You know, but these sticks are great. Not the easiest mod, those. I mean, obviously a Sanwa stick is way easier than putting in IL Eurosticks or Happ sticks. I have to have the Happ buttons. I'm so accustomed to it at this point. So overall, I'm pretty pleased with how things turned out. Made a couple mistakes here or there. Didn't turn out too bad. Definitely measure these, because otherwise you're gonna end up, you know, I mean, it won't be too bad because if you get it over here, you're just gonna get like an extra hole as long as you don't drill through the coin door, you know. So, which is no big deal, but you really need to measure these. These will not turn out unless you measure these. Trust me. And overall, looking great. Yoga Flame, Happ buttons, well, IL buttons, IL Happ, very similar. IL buttons, IL Eurosticks. If you watch my tutorials, you'll see it's the same way for Happ or IL. Got light up buttons. My Yoga Flame is looking really good. Only one more request, really, and I talked about it. So, looking forward to hopefully solving that. I'm glad I got to do this. It was probably, honestly, those IL sticks, putting those in was one of the most challenging, definitely the most challenging arcade sticks I put in. It takes a lot of patience. So, I learned. And thanks to Bobby Vu, thanks to Killer Arcade Games, thanks to Welcome to Die, and I kind of combined methods and things that I was told, and I got it done. And thank you to Retro530 for the coin door lights. They look great. Adds another bit of flair. It looks like a legit arcade, even more so now than it did before. And I'm loving the Yoga Flame. It's been a great addition, and it's my favorite one up so far. So if you don't have a Street Fighter cab yet, look at the Yoga Flame. Look at the Shinku Hadoken. Great buys, great cabinets, great games, especially if you like beat 'em ups. And until next time, I'll see ya in the next one.